Greetings, staff. It's Mr. Beckman, just giving you a little bit about what we're going to do with regards to the first semester attendance and grading policies, because we've had a little bit of a glitch with our Global Scholars. As you know, Global Scholar reports have had no integrity all first semester when it comes to student attendance, and because of that, what we're going to do is we're going to use the information in your grade book because it is indeed correct. The teacher's record is the official record anyway. All teachers will inform their students if they have 10 or more absences on Friday, January 6th, and again on January 13th. When we talk about communicating semester totals, here's what I would like to have you make sure you share with your students. I'm just going to give an example of my kind of impersonation of a teacher so you can just see what we're doing to go through this. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up Jenny Anderson because she happens to be the first one in the grade book. So we'll use Mrs. Anderson, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over to attendance grid, and now I am purposely standing in front of all of the names that are listed on her hour for this example. What we're going to want to do though is we're going to want to go over here to first semester, and you'll notice when it goes down first semester where the arrow is, there's red numerals. Those numerals represent the students' absences for marking periods 1 and 2. What you'll want to do is as you go down, you're going to want to find a student that has 10 or more and call that student up and inform them where they currently stand. You'll do that on January 6th and then again on January 13th. We want to make sure that we're communicating as effectively and as accurately as we possibly can. And the way we're going to do this is through your grade book. Now, we're going to look at some examples with this. What happens when a student goes over the 10 absence mark for the semester? Well, the student can appeal their attendance record, and our appeal dates will be January 17th, 18th, and 19th. The final list for all granted appeals to you will be given on January 20th at the end of the school day. If an appeal is granted, the student will have both their first and second marking periods averaged along with their exam for their final semester grade. That's what we normally do. But what happens if the appeal is not granted? Let's use a couple examples. A student must score a 77% or higher on their exam to receive a test out credit. If the student does indeed score a 77 or higher, the teacher is to mark the student with an F in the semester view with a 09 comment. The 09 reflects an attendance problem. The teacher is then to list the student's information on the test out credit sheet that we're going to supply you. This is what that sheet looks like. It is a 2011-2012 test out credit exam semester 1 up here. You can notice that we're putting in last name Doe, first name Jane. In this case, this Jane Doe is a sophomore taking geometry, and second hour the teacher happens to be Mrs. Anderson. She has scored a 79. This is the test out sheet and the information that we're going to need you to supply to our registrar, Julie Schrock, when you're done with all of your exam grading. Any student that has failed either academically or via attendance but passes their exam with a 77 or higher is to be marked with an F in semester view and a 09 comment. They must also be listed on your test out sheet that we just showed you. Now, what happens if a student is over in attendance and scores a 76 or lower? Well, you're to give that student an F in semester view with a 09 comment. The difference here is you are not listing this student on your test out sheet. What happens if a student does not have an attendance problem, fails both first and second marking periods, but scores a 77 or higher on their exam? Well, the teacher is to give the student an F and add this student to the test out sheet supplied because they scored a higher than a 77 on their exam. Our registrar will be the one that will give the test out credit on the transcript. You are to give the grade here along with the comments. Now, when we talk about sending your test out sheet to the registrar, This must be done at the same time that your final grades are due. The deadline for grade submission is Tuesday, January 24th by 2:57 p.m. When the test out form is completed, convert it to a PDF and send it as an attachment to Julie Schropp. We're going to show you how to convert this because it's important that we attach your name to it. So we're going to give you an example. In this case, again, it's the same sheet. We're going to use the same person, last name Doe, first name Jane, grade 10 course. And this one is geometry. It's second hour. Again, the teacher is Mrs. Anderson. This person scored a 79. There it is, 79. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to print, and then we're going to go over to the Primo PDF. There it is. I'm going to select it as PDF document. I'm going to hit OK. Then what I'm going to do is when I create this, I want to make sure in the file name I list it as test out credit, and then the teacher in this case we're going to use is Mrs. Anderson. Then I'm going to save it. And it'll save to my desktop. That's where I saved it in this case, and then I will send that as an attachment to Julie Schropp. By the way, there's a little bit of comic relief here by our typing. We all get to have a little fun with this. That's it. Now what I want to be able to show you is what we've been able to do for you in additionally providing you information. And that is if you go to the staff, the staff drive, and if you were to go to Smart Notebooks, you'll notice there's one that says Smart Attendance and Grading. If you open that up, this presentation that we just shared with you, the slides have been converted to a PDF, and so they're all in there. So you get all of those different examples of attendance issues, along with some other information, if there's anything that you need. So with that, I'm hoping that you have we've clarified for you what those are going to be. Have a great day. Any questions, come and see me. Thanks.